Jackson Arden, played by Christian Reed. In a season full of alphas, our hearts still lie with the original Derek Hale. He doesn't like confined spaces, but I think if you ask most of us, and last but by no means least, we have the newest members of Teen Wolf, the shirtless wonder twin powers of Aiden and Ethan. How's it going, guys? Alright, so first things first, Jeff. Coming into season 3, what was it you wanted to accomplish with the first handful of episodes?
We definitely want to premiere in a big way. It was nice to see the ratings go up, but it was also nice to introduce a lot of new characters, the alphas, especially our twins here. Hey! Terrell and Henry and Brian Patrick Wade. We wanted to bring out new characters, but also bringing back to all the characters you love, like Scott and Styles and Lydia. But it's nice to actually be here. We were in a lot smaller room.
So in Monday's episode, you guys broached and introduced the idea of the true alpha. Talk a little bit about what the true alpha signifies, Jeff.
Well, for us, we wanted to do a story where we were bringing Scott McCall's character up. We had talked a long time in the writer's room about, is Scott McCall, is he like Neo? Is he a chosen one? Or is he more like Frodo? What? And Neo? No, you're Frodo. What? The idea was that what if a beta could rise to an alpha purely on the merit of their own character? And the idea is that Scott is such a good person, and he's such strong will that he does not need to steal the power from anyone. That he can on his own, which I think is actually a pretty good message for our teenage audience as well. Is that the merit of your character can help you rise. And I can say that honestly about the whole cast, is that I think they become sort of superstars, and it's nice to be at this table with such nice people.
Rosie, what do you think about the idea of the true alpha? Are you glad Scott doesn't have to kill anyone to become that?
I think that is awesome, because it goes with everything who I think Scott is. I think Scott is a great person inside and out, and I'm so happy that I get to play that true alpha. We've seen the alpha before, we've seen the evil alpha, and we know how they get their power, and it's just really cool to do another take on the alpha mentality.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's really fun to play it, and I thank you, man. Thank you for writing.
I'd say sometimes it's harder to play the hero in a story. It can be a lot easier to play the bad guy, the villain, or even the funny sidekick, the funny best friend.
You hear that, guys?
The hero is the most glamorous of roles, but Tyler pulls it off really well.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a big season for Scott. He got some tattoos, he got a motorcycle.
I found out about that tattoo at Comic-Con last year. I wasn't here, and I was literally sitting at a computer in Greece on vacation, and I was like, what is that? Is that a tattoo?
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, you can't
got another one?
Yeah, I like tattoos, and I do like motorcycles also. That's something, Scott rides a motorcycle this season. And so I had to get my license, my motorcycle license, to be on set and to like work with the motorcycle. And I got my license and I took the class with Max and Charlie, and I fell in love with it. And now I have a motorcycle and my license, so it's pretty badass.
It's also the #1 source of organ donors.
Ah, Jesus.
We have to go there. We have to go there.
Right, something.
Donor cycles. Oh, that one.
Okay.
So, obviously there was a lot of alpha questions. Another big question that has been looming over this whole season, as Styles so perfectly put, is what is Lydia?
I've said this once before, although I don't remember saying it. I'm going to say she's the hatch from Lost. That's what I'm going with.
Are you saying Lydia's an inanimate object?
With the big lottery numbers on the door.
And an Australian living inside.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because we saw Styles try everything he could to figure out what she was. Jeff, when are we going to get the answer to what Lydia is?
Episode 9.
Oh, wow.
The name of the episode, guys, is a clue.
And the name of the episode is?
Can't say it.
It's no, that was the name of that episode, and actually part of that episode is a homage to Hitchcock. It's called "The Girl Who Knew Too Much," based on the movie "The Man Who Knew Too Much." So.
Remember Alfred Hitchcock, guys?
Another interesting thing,
They made a couple
little
movies.
tidbit about that is
What was that? What?
don't interrupt the showrunner. I write the lines.
Oh, no.
Another interesting tidbit about that is that in the original movie, Bernard Herrmann plays the conductor for an orchestra, and we had our composer, Dino Menigan, play the conductor in this orchestra for the big scene. So watch out for Dino.
Yeah, our music composer actually plays the composer in... Which episode is it?
I just said this.
In case anyone didn't hear, I was
Episode 9.
Episode 9. Okay?
Well, we've seen Lydia get very involved this season. Her and Styles have formed a pseudo-detective agency. They really took down Motel California in a big way. Speaking of Motel California, I would be remiss if I didn't just take a minute to commend Dylan's performance in that final... Dylan, what did you like about what that scene meant for Styles?
For Styles, the character? What a stupid night. Get me off the panel.
You and Scott, that emotional moment.
Yeah, I guess I was answered as myself, because it was like that was such a Dylan Tyler moment, kind of first for us, It was almost like the characters came second there, and that was just kind of like, the biggest thing we've had to do as actors. I'm sorry. We're talking about something sweet here. You were saying?
It's like a big Hallmark card.
He lost his train of thought, guys. Stop complimenting him.
Serious, it's too much.
Let me ask you this, Jeff, because when this whole season first started and there was sacrifices going on, Styles was the one who sort of put together that virgins were being sacrificed, and he was very concerned about his safety in the world of Beacon Hills. I feel like we're not addressing the fact that someone needs to have sex with Styles.
We'll pick a winner. Raise your hand.
64 is the winner.
No, but seriously, let's talk about, is this still a factor in the world of Teen Wolf, that there are these sacrifices going on, and it should be a concern for anyone who hasn't been there yet?
Well, I would say that the virgin sacrifices are over. The question of Styles' virginity, though, has yet to be answered, and will be answered, actually, in an upcoming episode.
Are you serious?
stay tuned for that. But you know, it's also been an incredible season for Allison, I have to say. I love that she has taken the darkness she's sort of fallen into in season 2 and turned it into strength. We've seen a newly committed Allison, and Crystal, I would love to know what you've enjoyed about her journey in the first half of season 3.
Thank you, Jeff, for doing that. I think I had a lot to play with, and it's really fun as an actor to do that. But I think I enjoyed finding part of her mom in her. She was just kind of crazy, and and Edie came back for a little bit, and so we chatted about our relationship and stuff. And I think that was fun for me to find those two things, like her mom and her dad, and what part she gets out of each of them. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there was a great moment. I like that you've done a really good job as a group in sort of keeping Scott and Allison apart and yet not separating them. I mean, how it's important that although they're not together, they still continue to have a relationship this season, Jeff.
It's very important, and I think it's that feeling of first love that connects them and will probably connect them for the rest of their lives.